every day we find brings an absence of a permission for InfraStrata, and they're on site now at the moment. When they came on site 2 weeks ago, they came and they didn't have a licence to fell the trees. When they attempted to come on site, they didn't have a waste management plan. That's been approved, but they're on site again and they're missing another consent, and that's to divert a drain. There are questions being asked now of the Minister, the DOE Minister, about permissions to import quarry stone into the site, and we believe that requires a licence as well. So it's one permission after another that the company are missing, and they seem to belong to themselves. Well, I'm relieved today, but overall I'm absolutely, I suppose it's quite a horrific prospect what's going on, because they're going to be drilling this well in a water catchment which supplies 131,000 people. The site has been leased by NI Water, and leasing it to the company for up to 50 years. They'll allow them to drill multiple wells, re-inject petroleum into the site, and they'll allow them to use hazardous or toxic chemicals in the site. And for that to happen, that's the first time in the world this has ever happened, that the company, the water provider and regulator has actually leased a water catchment to a really toxic industry like this.
I think all of us are feeling, that we've been supported by the courts today. InfraStrata came in a fairly heavy-handed manner, I have to say, and serving notices on a number of people to take them away from what is a public forest. That in itself is extraordinary. But InfraStrata probably knew they weren't going to win. This is a dignified, peaceful protest, so they didn't pursue their application for an injunction against the protesters and the observers and the people who are just walking their dogs through this forest. So it's a real success. That's extraordinary. The public and the local residents and Stop the Drill Group and others, it's their freedom of information requests that have brought all this information to light. They are the regulator, effectively. Whatever regulator is meant to be for oil and gas drilling and protecting our water quality and the drinking water of people in Belfast and Carrickfergus, they're failing, because it's the local residents and the campaign groups are actually doing the regulation on behalf of the government. It's an extraordinary situation of systemic failure in terms of how we protect the environment here. You get interventions from people like Bianca Jagger and Mark Ruffalo, and I have to admit I never knew who Mark Ruffalo was until someone pointed out he is the Incredible Hulk. But this is now an international story. There's organisations in New York and across the world now who are supporting the campaign. Yeah, apparently the judge said that he would like to see an affidavit from the groups who are observing and protesting on the site. So it's back for what's called a review or a mention in the High Court. So yeah, we'll be back here next week.